Demons. We talked about needing to get off with a bang here, and I think, you know, Strongholds Recharge certainly can be one of those momentum setters for us, Justin. We've seen a lot of these Strongholds so far, specifically on Recharge, be massive blowouts at the start. So I'm really looking towards the Demons to try and make sure that they get themselves some early slays, get those rotations going through, see if they can get some points on the board, and make sure the Chiefs don't run out to something like a 100-point lead, because so far across today and even across the Pro Series we've seen, Recharge can be one of those maps with Strongholds that it can really blow out to an early lead, and it's very, very hard to bring back.
Yeah, and it might come down to just how many routes there are throughout the map. There's different angles and ways to push into the strongholds all the way around the map. So, and the Chiefs, they're known for utilizing every advantage that they can get. So that's what I would be looking out for if I was Demons, is not letting one of those players just slip through your front lines and rotate around and get a good flank on you on these strongholds. That's something I'd be looking out for.
Yeah, and obviously as we start to get deeper into this best of 5 as well, Hoots, you know, Street Slayer to me, I think is going to be a pretty important map for the Demons to try and get over the top of the Chiefs. We've seen so far a lot of these ANZ teams really have tight streets, and I think that's probably just the fact that a lot of people really enjoy this map and playing this map quite a lot. There's a whole lot of power weapons, a whole lot of different places that you can hold there on streets, and I think if the Demons are able to eke out a very small victory against the Chiefs, that puts them in good stead for the rest of the best of 3, because we talked about the Chiefs and we've talked about their CTF. It seems like those guys are literally head and shoulders above everybody on CTF, so Demons might be a little bit, you know, hard done by if they're down 0-2 going into that third map of CTF. But ladies and gentlemen, I've talked a lot, but now we get to talk a lot about Halo. We finally got everybody here in the lobby. We've finally got everybody loading in as well, so let's jump into Recharge here. Hoots and SSJ4 take us away into the winners final.
Thanks, Luke. Yeah, excited to see this one. First time we've seen Chiefs on stage, and Justin, you know, Demons were so impressive in that last series we saw against Deathruptor fans. And it's just going to be really interesting to see, can they carry this one through as well. We are starting off Strongholds on Recharge. It's going to be a bit of a wake-up call probably for Demons at the start, going up against a team like Chiefs, who are considerably stronger than their last opponents. But I think they showed us, just in the last series, that, you know, that they were definitely up to the challenge.
Yeah, you know what? They've been impressing us so far. So another opportunity to step up to the plate and prove that they deserve to be this far into the bracket. On board with Pipz straight away, managing to bag himself a kill, going in for that camo pretty cleanly, actually. He grabs it with very little pressure. That's not a good start for the Demons. You can't just be letting Pipz right in there for free, grabbing that like that. And he's already securing the B stronghold here and moving around, and he's got that shock rifle as well. Pip's just doing what he likes here, Hoots.
Yeah, you did see, you know, Swayz was caught pretty simply by Pipz off the rip there, just running straight at him, and was able to pick up a really easy perfect on him pretty much. But Pipz is taken down there by Square, so nice challenge there. Takes the camo out of the equation. It was almost run out anyway, but the shock rifle's down as well. And we have seen these good players who've been able to be so devastating with that shock rifle. You know, you can line up some multi-kills really quickly with very little time in between each. And so to take that out of their hands is really crucial, and making sure that players like Pipz can't just stand sort of up on that top batteries area looking over so much of the map with that shock rifle. So, you know, that's going to provide a lot of opportunities for Demons to be able to get in and get some caps. And we do see, you know, off the break, Justin, you know, Demons are up to a strong lead, 31-0. You know, there is obviously plenty of time to go, but, you know, they're holding their own in the slays in particular. Look at that, like quick maths, it's about 11, 12 kills they've got. Chiefs are looking at around 7. So, you know, holding their own in both sides.
Yeah, Demon coming out hot. It's very good to see. And you know what? I'm going to get a little bit confused here with Swayz and Slays. It's like we don't have lists, Hoots, and it's like Swayz and Swayz. You know, it's very lucky that we can pronounce them correctly. But now on board with Swayz, as he picks up Pipz, he does get taken down. Killing spree for him. So Demons, they're off to a really hot start, straight from hell. Already at that 50-point mark, and he falls as well. The Chiefs trying to get 2 strongholds, and now they're going to start putting some points on the board. Are they going to be able to respond straight away, Hoots? And, you know, Demons, is that all we're going to see from them? And Lolleey with that slice and dice machine. Here he comes.
yoink. Yeah, gone. Very nice. So good use of the sword there. And that's the double,
there's the camo flare.
That's
there
exactly
you go,
what we want. That's one way to get rid of a camo. I didn't even notice him on my screen. So that's 3 down, almost 4 if he can drop Madsy here. And Madsy managing to stay alive with his nades, drops him as well. So you are going to see pretty much a whole round of spawns from the Chiefs be taken out there by Demons. This is surprising to me, Justin. I thought this would be a real wake-up call for Demons. They've probably, you know, played teams that weren't on Chiefs level so far, and to come up against them, they might sort of be caught off guard a little bit, but they've jumped straight into it. We do have Swayz now with this shock rifle in hand at top gold, just looking over, going for the shot on Madsy. I think he connected there, but unfortunately Pipz then comes in and takes him out. So good double teaming there from the Chiefs to take that shock rifle out of his hand. We did say before, you know, he's such a strong position to hold there with that shock rifle, but you know, there is a bit of contesting going up on this top gold area. It seems that, you know, this is where teams really want to get set up so they can lay some cover fire across. But every time I look at the board, it's 2 or 3 dead for Chiefs, Justin. Demons by no means out of their league here, and the scoreboard shows it up 87-22.
Yeah, the Chiefs can certainly bleed, and Demons, they're really showing that you can come in. You don't need to be a divine mind. You don't need to be a dire wolf. Doesn't matter. You can come in and give it to the Chief boys whenever you want. You just got to play good Halo, and they're still putting some points onto the board. Scoreline about 70 points the difference, Hoot. So it's a decent little buffer there, but it's not a stomping just yet, and still plenty of time on the clock. And we'll have to see if Chiefs is going to bounce back or if it's going to be all Demons the whole way.
It's not a stomping, but, you know, the opening game in a series really can set the tone for the rest of the series. And given we are now in a best-of-5 in this particular series, you know, Demons want to make sure that they do get off to a strong start and be able to at least have something to build off regardless of the result of this game. And look, so far they definitely can say that. They can say, look, we've been out slaying, we've been out objecting them. And, you know, that holds in really good stead for the other matches they're going to go up against each other with. This A Stronghold now being converted for Chiefs. Pipz just getting it pretty much finished off there, and I think one of his teammates back there will help him out with that. Always rotating metal, so you can see obviously moving around a lot so far on this map, and that's what we do love about Strongholds is the constant rotations that teams have to make to get in position to establish control, and just too strong up close and personal. Pipz there taking out Swayz with the CQC, and Plasma though, nice challenge there. It's a nice double actually there, so that's a big one there. 3 down again for Chiefs, so they're going to be in position, Demons, to start going almost for a triple cap. If they can reset this C, they can really start to put some time in, but it looks like Chiefs are getting that long haul spawn. They'll be able to push in and confirm that C cap, but meanwhile Demons can just keep holding A and B. They're going to keep scoring.
Yeah, Demons, they've got to deal with the devil, Hoots. They're just giving it to Chiefs right now. Unbelievable. Look at Plasma. 13 kills against the top dogs in Barcode. He hasn't even cracked into the double digits yet. They're doing so well. It's really lovely to see. And as we say that, Square putting some shots on across map there, instantly going for the rotate as well, taking a different angle, watching that flank for his teammates there. Now with Lolleey putting some shots through there, and Madsy trying to get the A Stronghold. And you can see the communication. Lolleey was, you know, probably looking at contesting A, but he probably got the call out to move through a different area of the map, and here he is putting some pressure on the C Stronghold. He does fall. Plasma desperately trying to put some shots across map. Chiefs are now starting to put some points on the board, but look at that point deficit. You know, Demons is doubling their score.
Yeah, they were 3 down momentarily there, the Demons. I liked for the most part they're choosing not to overextend. Whilst the triple cap can be something that you really do want to take because it starts to rocket your score up even further, sometimes you just need to realize, look, let's let the other team have one of the zones. As long as we've got 2 Royal Goods, let's just play defense on those 2. And for the most part, Demons were doing that. They were forced out to go for that C cap simply because I think they lost A at one point to Chiefs. So that was the reason they extended out from that top gold setup they had. And unfortunately, they've now been caught off guard a little bit as we do have a camo in the hands of Pipz. So he's going to make a move in on this A side, which is being captured by Demons right now. So with this mangle, he can put in a bit of work, a little back smack. It looks like in observer mode he did that right through the pillars, but that's just a bit of observer mode glitching going on there. He is able now to start securing this A cap with the mangler and the camo, and it looks like Plasma there is going to be taken out as well. So this has just been a perfect execution of the camo here, Justin. He's managed to flip it for Chiefs. They're going to start scoring again and you know, start to bring this deficit back a little bit. He's just moving in more and more. Pipz being ultra aggressive now.
Yeah, the confidence there. Another double kill from him. And we're talking about any player on the Chiefs being able to pop off. And Pipz showing us exactly that with 16 kills. And, you know, probably 6 of them just from that little tear right there. It was one-man army. Didn't even have any help. And he got 2 full rounds of slays out there. And to see Barcode in the kill feed with that sword as well. Chiefs are starting to wake up. And look at that. They've caught right up. It may as well be tied up here, Hoots.
Yeah, they were able to get a triple cap with that camo that Pipz had, and they're actually almost just, they were about to convert another one then as well. So that's what managed to get that score back so quickly when you're holding those 3 plots, and they've got it again now. So Demons are, you know, just sort of really on the back foot right now. They were able to maintain a pretty good 2 control for most of the match so far, but you just see this 3 cap can really just spin it straight out and get Chiefs back in the game. So Barcode as well, you know, you mentioned him before, he wasn't really kicking off with the Slaves. Well, he's now the second leader from the top with Pipz just in front of him. So the Slaves really starting to come in from Chiefs now, as well as Demons are just being caught unawares a few times.
Yeah, and the Chiefs now with a lead. They've totally taken it over, and Demons such a strong start, and their center was pretty good too, but it's coming down to the wire, and Chiefs have started taking control, and you can just see how much more comfortable they are on the map now. And those kills are translating to that control they have over the map. As you say, Barcode has doubled the amount of kills since the last time I was speaking about him. And Madsy, he's in the double digits now too. And you can see Madsy, he's wide. He's just checking all of his angles and rotating as he needs to. Plasma caught off guard a little bit there. Pipz going in with the cleanup. And they're working together as a unit, and they're just going to go for another triple cap. They've got so much map control, Poots.
Yeah, it seems like they were just sort of feeling Demons out a little bit, trying to get... Oh, jeez, big melee there coming from Swayz, I think it was. But it seemed like they were trying to just feel the Demons out a little bit, and then once they got an idea of where their strengths are and the areas they were looking to hold, they've just started to push in completely. And we are seeing they have pretty much been able to hold these 2 sites at a minimum for the majority, and Demons haven't really been able to score much in the last couple of minutes. It seems pretty much every time for a while back then, Demons were at least 2 down, which was kind of a reverse of what Chiefs were at the start of the match. That being said, right then, Chiefs were down 3 for quite a period of time, and that's why we're seeing Demons now start to get a bit of score back. But just like that, you know, Chiefs starting to move back in on that A, although it is reconverted again to Demons. So nice little pushback here, and they are looking to start to bring this lead back a little bit. We might have a pretty close one around this 200-point mark, Justin.
She's coming down the wire, isn't it? And Demons, they're really starting to catch up. The scoreline is basically even. Plasma with a nice headshot there, hits the body onto Slaves, desperately trying to get that finish, and exposes himself, and he gets cleaned up, unfortunately. And Square, but look at this. Look at the Strongholds down the bottom, and triple cap potential, and Chiefs desperately on that B Stronghold to try and stop that bleeding, but Slaves is just sitting in the corner. Here comes Square, he's here to flush him out, does get the cleanup, and again, in Chiefs, but no, triple cap in effect. Yeah. Here we go. Demons, they might be able to take over the lead here.
Yeah, it looks like they are about to get it now. We are really into the business end of this. There's a massive amount of fighting going on at A, and at some point it looks like Demons are going to be able to... I thought they were actually going to be able to re-secure that, but no, it looks like all their players were actually dropped. So Chiefs have gone for a big swing here. If they can get this A, though, Demons, then they're back scoring and continue to put a bit of a lead on. But right now, if you're Squared, you're calling out, get to B. Like, you know, they're pushing really hard through this long haul, and you see the assist coming through there, though, from Lolleey just at the top of this long haul, and so he's going to overextend it. At this point, going through to C, does he start just to try and create a nuisance? It's almost like that emergency flag pull we were speaking about a few series ago. Do you send someone just to keep contesting that hill that you're almost letting the Chiefs hold, just so they have to constantly go back and reset? I mean, look, there's only about 15 seconds left here for the Demons. The Chiefs need to get some kind of a push here, and it looks like they are going to do that with 2 taken down, about to capture B, and they're looking to swing this now back and get it even again.
Yeah, and you could see with all those players through the walls, we could see it because of the observer mode. And Chiefs, they just push together as a unit. They didn't, you know, trickle in one at a time. They went, boys, it's pushing time. They got their pick and just completely broke that setup. But as I say that, Demons, they've managed to get it straight back. But Chiefs, they're responding. It's really, really starting to heat up. Will Demons be able to do it? Nice little double kill from Plasma. He goes down. 245 for the Demons. And the Chiefs just holding on here. And only 5 more points for the Demons here, Hoots. Can they do it?
Yeah, well, they managed to cap C, but A is now being captured by Chiefs. So they're in that sort of difficult position. You need to get your comms in order and say, all right, which one are we pushing for right now? It looks like they're heading for A. You've got Swayz coming in on one side. Madsy looking to get dropped on bottom A, but Swayz comes in. That's a bit confusing. Comes in and manages to drop him. So Chiefs maintain this 2 control. It's 2 down for Demons, and they are just fighting tooth and nail for this A site. The Chiefs, A and B, they're both holding. You're seeing Barcode sort of roaming around Hydro there, just trying to just trying to keep them away. And And it's getting super close now, Justin. Chiefs still managing to get back, and Demons just can't manage to even get into a site to at least start contesting it.
Yeah, it's really only time for one more push. And Square jumping into that B stronghold. He gets naded out, unfortunately. And look at this. They're committed to all different strongholds. Yeah. Here comes Lolleey to try and take out Pipz. Is he going to be able to stop him? He does get the cleanup, but the stronghold has closed over. 245 to 244. Demons getting multiple strongholds at once. The sword comes out. 360 celebration. Are they going to be out of it? Demons! Oh, they're so close. But no, the Chiefs have got a stronghold of their own. Hoots is coming down the wire. Here comes the Chiefs.
Oh no, Chiefs have finally taken the second thing and they're now actually scoring. So this is an insane turnaround. Lolleey's got to get into A and
get in there, Lolleey!
He's dropped, but he can't. A is contested, but the Chiefs managed to pull away with a 250-248. Just insane finish. And bloody hell, Justin, if that's going to be like a scene setter for the rest of this series, then I think we've got a few good games to look forward to. They take it and they were just so close there. I thought Lolleey had it down pat there with the sword in C, and he managed to hold off Pipz, I think it was, but unfortunately there were problems at some of the other sites and they just couldn't get it done.
Oh, mate, I'm devastated. Demons, you're so close. Oh, wowee. And Chiefs, they're just doing what Chiefs does, though. They just clutched up and got it over the line. But, you know, hopefully this is a preview of what we're going to see for the rest of the series, because Demons definitely showed up there. And it's a shame that they went down in that first map, because that momentum could have been so important. And you know what? Slaying department does look pretty even. The Square struggling a little bit in the damage department. But, you know, Barcode, he was struggling at the start. He was going neg, and he just hit the burners and 25 and 19 with 15 assists. So he showed up in the end. He well made up for that deficit off the rip.
I mean, it was a great recovery for Chiefs as well, right? Because they were down pretty heavily at the very start. And that's what we've said with these stronghold games. Like, you know, they can turn around on a dime, really. That was great work there by Lolleey to spot the camo player there with sword. But it was just so close there. I think you said it perfectly, Justin. They couldn't really commit in those final few moments of which sites they were going to run to. And you know, they did pretty well in the end and were able to get the majority of strongholds. But just some bit of individual ruins by some of those Chiefs players were able to finally turn it at the very end. And wow, it was a very close game, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series.
Yeah, and, you know, I think there were a few people in the chat going, oh, yeah, you know, Chiefs got a 3-0. These guys are going to be super easy. They're just going to be a wash. We want to see Divine Mind. But no, Demons, they've stepped up to the plate again, Hoots.
And just watching on the replay there, like, they were actually super close to a triple cap at the end, then the Demons. So it wasn't just that they had both strongholds. As I think Lolleey captured that second point at C, they were 3/4 of the way through to B as well. So they were so close at just getting complete control, and just, you know, a few clutch kills from Chiefs managed to turn it for them. And yeah, they'll be amped up off the back of that. That was massive.
Yeah, and as I say, hopefully this is a reflection how the rest of the series goes, and I'm hoping that it doesn't take the wind out of their sails, because, you know, they were flying high on that one, and I can't wait for the next one up, which is going to be Slayer on Streets, which will be interesting, because we did see a lot of highlight reels from the guys on Demons, and that's what you need to see. If you're going to match these Chief boys, you need to be able to show up, use those power weapons, and get those montage clips going, because that's what the Chiefs do. But also very consistent. But, you know, Demon guys, they're showing up so far, already going into game 2. Spanker, it's a fight there. Barcode narrowly missing that shot, and he cops a rocket. Swayz with the overkill off the rip. No way. Swayz just showing up, clearing house. Chiefs all into the respawn screen. Maybe a private team huddle there and find out what went wrong.
Well, Justin, you said, you know, does that first game really sort of destroy their confidence? But perhaps they come away from that saying, guys, we've got these guys on the ropes. We're very evenly matched and we can hang with them. And you just see Swayz coming out of nowhere, using those rockets to perfection. I think there was the bit of the drop shield as well, helping him out there with a bit of protection from that splash damage. But great start by them. I'm sure that'll amp him up. He's got all the kills for his team right now.
I'm lost for words. That was just so fast and so brilliant. He'll definitely be watching that one back at the broadcast. Going, Mum, check this out. I own the best team in Australia all on my own. And that's amped the boys up. Look at Lolleey. You can even just see the way that he's playing and moving around the map there, that he was amped up by that. A lot of players on Demons have dropped down, and Chiefs have brought that deficit right back. So they'll be back. But, you know, Demons just proving once again that the Chiefs can bleed, and you just got to play good Halo and challenge these guys. Don't be afraid of them. Barcode can be sent to the respawn screen. See, there he goes. Plasma adding another one to the board.
Yeah, Barcode did a really good job to actually get a trade out of that, though, in that arcade area then when I thought he was dead to rights after copying a grenade. So great work from him there. But, you know, they've managed to pull out a bit of a lead now, the Chiefs, even though it did look like, you know, Demons were up and about from what we've been watching on the broadcast. But you know, the pure slaying power of the Chiefs is something that we probably need to talk about a little bit. If it's not Barcode, you can see it's Madsy right now, 5-2 with an assist to his name as well. But look at the Chiefs just swarm there across there at Cafe. So, you know, the teamwork obviously working really well for them right now. Pipz is dropped after a nice trade, but we do have rockets in the hands of Madsy, so his turn now to see what he can do. Sends Swayz into another dimension, effectively, shooting him out of the map there. But picking up a kill with those rockets, you'll take that every day of the week. Unfortunately, couldn't convert two, but as long as he keeps them out of the hands of the Demons, that's just as important, Justin.
Yeah, and you know what? He got away with his life. He was very weak there. I thought he wasn't even going to be able to get that second rocket off, but he does manage to stay alive, and that is just so important. Him staying alive, getting that kill, and putting some damage down for his teammates. It's such a difference maker. And when it's 6 points, 6 kills the difference, Hoots, you got to be staying alive in those situations. And Madsy showing up for his squad. Barco, a little bit of a slide 360. Slays in the kill feed with that Bulldog. We haven't seen much of that so far tonight. So I can't wait to see some shoddy action. Barco getting for the challenge, but no, Lolleey getting in the cleanup. And it's just back and forth right now. The Chiefs are starting to eke out a little bit of a lead, but Demons, they're hanging in there.
Yeah, the Chiefs are starting to pull away a little bit, though. And we've seen in previous tournaments that we've had, Justin, that when the Chiefs get their backs against the wall a little bit, they get angry. And they, you know, where things might seem close, they come out pissed off pretty much. And we are seeing them now race to 26, 27 kills now. So, you know, maybe that last match put a bit of a fire under them, and they've said, you know, come on, that should have been a domination by us, and we let them almost get away with it. And they've come out on this Street Slayer up 12 kills now, really looking to do a bit of damage.
Yeah, they almost got away with it, but it was for those damn kids that they managed to get it over the line. Madsy using that Sentinel beam to send that player into the Shadow Realm, and Barcode challenge another one. And the team assist comes in. Pipz snaking that one away from him. 31-19, and you know what? You might have hit the nail on the head. It looks like Chiefs is angry. Barcode's going full competitive tournament mode. He's just moving around like a maniac. He's just doing things that a lot of people go, well, that's unnecessary, but it keeps him wide and moves him around the map and makes him a harder target to hit and locate when you're trying to call him out. Because if he just hung out in the corner, it's like, oh, you know, Barcode's in the corner, one shot, and just trading out the rocket.
You didn't want to do it, but you have to.
You have to in those situations. You just got to, you know, send it off and get the trade. But unfortunate, but, you know, Chiefs, 10-kill lead now. They're really starting to heat up.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get their rockets as well here. I think Madsy's just gone back to his body and picked them up again. So they've had really strong rocket control. Just in the kill feed there, Madsy picking one up on Plasma. So they have had rocket control, which has helped really make a bit of a difference here. This 11-kill lead is something that Demons have been able to, I guess, hold, but haven't really been able to get back at all. And we do have Swayz here now up on the balcony, laying down some cover fire. Most of the Demons guys spawning over at Arcade. So Madsy's going to give the call out and head over there, and just with that, just Stalker Rifle to perfection there, using the thruster pack as well, and they're, you know, they're just starting to run amok here, Justin. This is blown out now, 15 kills, and they're looking at running away with this and moving up 2-0 in the series. Yeah,
and they just look so comfortable, right? Like, Swayz is able to move around the map, check the angles that he wants to, and the only time he saw a player was the one that he was going to challenge and take out. And looks like Barcode's got that Sentinel beam we've heard him talk about all the time too. And yeah, Chiefs just proving how dominant they are.
This is just ridiculous from Swayz. running around with that Stalker Rifle, just, you know, it's typically a ranged weapon, but she's using it effectively like it's a mangler and just running up and two-shotting and then meleeing. And look, they're almost got the stake, the Chiefs guys. Unfortunately, they've just let a few kills go away. But yeah, this has been a statement.
Yeah, it certainly has, and you got to feel for Demons, and maybe if they took out that last one, it would given them a little bit more confidence. But you know what? That overkill off the rip, like, I'm paying a map for that in my book. That was absolutely unbelievable. But Chiefs proving too dominant as a team. 49-32. They'll put this one in the bag soon. Who's going to be the one to pick up the last kill? Pipz with that AR in his back pocket.
Got rockets.
And they've got rockets too, unfortunately. Here he comes, Pipz, a little bit eager. They're all clambering for that final kill. They wanted it on their scoreline. But Swayz, I had a quick peek there, dropping 15 kills, high scoring on the squad. So new addition to Chiefs is starting to pay off for them big time.
It was just a case of that final rocket. It was like, look, they're all down in tram somewhere. You pick them up, just chuck a couple in there, and probably pick up a kill.
And just send them through.
Yeah, and it definitely worked. You know, I thought with Swayz's start to that game there with the rockets and that overkill, which was a real blink and you miss it moment. It happened so fast. I thought that might have been a bit of a difference maker, but the Chiefs just really, from that point on, after they came back off that respawn, just put the pedal to the metal. And we see here, you know, no double-digit deaths for the Chiefs at all. So that's going to go a long way into helping you win that one. And just, I mean, even the shots fired across the board, just putting out a lot more bullets in the air than some of their Demons counterparts. And that goes a long way into just meaning that you're doing more damage and your enemies are weaker more often and you can just pick them off easily. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they did, and there's that overkill medal from Swayz.
Just circling it there, thanks to the guys in the booth.
We saw it, and that was so tasty and crispy. But everything just happened so fast, and you know, when you get those rockets, you can just dominate people. There he is. It's just like boom, boom, boom. See you later. Into the respawn screen you go. So great stuff from him. I can't wait to see that clip trending on Twitter. Swayz turning up for his squad, unable to get that map victory, but they're not out just yet, Hoots. It is a best of 5, which means that they have time to recover if they want to.
Yeah, so it's worth noting for those who might be joining us just now that, yeah, winners finals, elimination finals and grand finals are all best of 5, and the grand final obviously has a chance to do a bracket reset as well in that best of 5. So they're still in it, obviously, down 2-0 now, but they need to make a move. But I think this was the real highlight for me, is apart from Swayz's overkill, is Slayers with that Stalker Rifle just running around like a madman and just no scope if you want to call it that, but just little pokes at people and meleeing, and he just went crazy towards the end, and it was Demons really just had no chance at that point, having him being able to just run around so freely while his teammates were covering him.
Yeah, I'm sure you've encountered it yourself. When you're looking good, you're feeling good, and things are going your way, you feel unbeatable. And it does look like Swayz was in that headspace towards the end of that game with that Stalker Rifle, just doing whatever the hell he wanted. Hoots is just like, oh, I'm going to push up, you know, through bottom mid all on my own with this Stalker Rifle and get in people's faces, and there's nothing you can do about it. But the series ain't over yet, and Demons, they have put up a fight, narrowly missing out on that Strongholds game. Got a little bit of a ruffle stomping in that second one, but you know what? They can bring it back, Hoots. And I believe the underdog story, we've had a couple tonight. I'm ready for another one.
This is a game type, though, that must be said that we have seen the Chiefs really dominate at, and as we spoke just in the lead up to this series, that, you know, they learned a lot going over to Raleigh in NA playing this game type, and they came back and said, we've been playing wrong the whole time. We've figured out how to play it properly now. So it's interesting seeing them put that to use and seeing how it goes against the rest of the ANZ teams. But, you know, off the break here we are with Swayz looking to make a push for this top camo through Carside, and he has a chance to get it, but chooses not to. Obviously, when you do go to that top mid, Justin, you attract a lot of attention, and so he's just going to try and suss out, see where the players are, and unfortunately, we have for him a flag pull already coming from Chiefs, moving it through utility, chucking it through those dynamo grenades, spamming them everywhere, and probably did a bit of damage to himself.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He really wanted to stop that, I think.
Yeah, listen, you got to utilize those passive income grenades if you're going to stop those flag runs. And now I'm board with Madsy, just crispy BR shots, able to put Square back into the respawn screen. And that flag looks like it did get returned, or is it on the board?
Nah, it's going in.
It's going in. So that's one on the board for Chiefs already. Pretty comfortable start for them. But Demons not out just yet. There's plenty of time. There's 11 minutes left, and it's first to 5. So that first one, they can just brush it off and stay focused. Pipz picking himself up a second. And, you know, Pipz off to a little bit of a slow start, only with that one breadstick, and quickly following that up with a second and trying to sort out these plays. And, yeah, I'm not even sure what's going on there. This is getting a little bit crazy, so I was getting tongue-tied.
Yeah, I mean, compare the Demons and Deathruptor fans, CTF Aquarius, that we saw a bit earlier to this one right now, and you notice a difference in the flag running, how quickly a team like the Chiefs can run with very little competition when running it through. When we watched that Demons Deathruptor fan series, you know, the flag runs were a real long slog, and it was both flags out and just eking it forward and trying to return and getting, you know, grenaded and everything like that, whereas the Chiefs are just able to run it really cleanly. And so, you know, that just comes from a lot of practice of knowing when to slay and when to pull and which route to run it. And so they've got that all down to a T right now. And so we do have, you know, Demons putting up a bit of a fight in the slays department. We've got, you know, both Swayz and Lolleey on 6 kills apiece, and Barcode in terms of Chiefs is on 8. But, you know, they just haven't really been able to get in a position yet, the Demons, where they've been able to establish any form of map control and really put pressure on the Chiefs in their base.
No, it also doesn't help that Square is on the old donut.
Love pointing those ones out, don't you?
Yeah, listen, you got to call them out. Like, you got to manifest those kills. And Square, that's probably why you haven't got a kill yet, whiffing those shots. Bloody hell. You know, you generate electricity for the country with that windmill there. But he will get one, I believe. He's a strong player, and he will bounce back. An assist that's got to be heartbreaking. He's like, boys, just let me get one. And there he goes into the respawn screen again. Poor Square. He'll be back. I say it all in love, everybody.
Yeah, he will. And look, this flag, I think, is now being returned. So the Demons have been able to get a return there. But just like that, you know, the flag's running straight out again. Plasma, nice little defense there on the flag. But, you know, sometimes this can be an area where it is so hard to get a return because it's so easy for nades to come in from the Chiefs flag spawn there. And they both off car as well. As you can see, they're just popping down now. Slay's challenging and does a really good work to keep that flag alive. And, you know, Demons are putting up more of a fight on this flag run for Chiefs. But as we say that, you know, they are still getting it closer and closer. I think Lolleey's really the only one in a position to stop this, but, you know, they come in, Barcode cleans him up, and I think we're going to see this flag pretty much go in, although we do have Lolleey with that last-minute flag save, so he's done a good job here to not make this an instant cap, but, you know, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail Demons to both get this return and keep running, although it looks like they're going to get the return, Justin. Yeah,
Lolleey, the MVP, he played that perfectly. Threw the bait flag out the front of the map. Double kill there, triple if he wants it. And killing spree for him. Lolleey turned up for his squad there, Hoots. A perfect bait flag.
Yeah.
Played patiently and helped get the return on the flag and then got a double kill to boot. So he's really showing up. It's like, boys, we're not out of this yet. And look at that. 13 kills for Lolleey. Yeah, shout out to him.
And you should probably give your shout out to Square as well. I'll just give you.
Hey, on the board. Fantastic. I'm glad he's turned up with his breadstick. I was starting to get hungry.
Exactly. So we are seeing a flag now start to be moved by Chiefs again. I think it is Swayz running it down, looking to bring it through the util into car. But we do into plant side. Sorry. But we do have. I think it is Barcode here with the camo, just sitting top mid here and just running it like a madman, really. He's not giving them any kind of chance to get off the spawn, and this flag's still being run through by Swayz, and I think he puts that in there, so that's 2-0 for the Chiefs. So that camo there from Barcode is so crucial, Justin, for him to be able to just stand top mid, relatively uncontested as well, to just put shots on and allow that flag to get through, and Demons not being able to push out of their base, really.
Yeah, and listen, we always talk about camo, you want to be conservative and a little bit sneaky with it and all that kind of stuff. But because Barco had that camo, he was able to sit top mid and get so much information for his team and get shots across across the map. And when you have control, like the Chiefs have of this game currently, he can do things like that. That might not necessarily work against Divine Mind, but against Demons, it seems to be panning out just fine. Madsy going for blood here, trying to get that player down, and Pipz trying to get the cleanup, but it does look like it took 3 players to take down Swayz there, and Madsy just launching himself around the map, challenging Square. Nice reversal from him, and it's 3-0 on the scoreline. You know, Chiefs, they're looking pretty dominant, Hoots.
Yeah, Barcode I don't think has even actually died since we were talking about him top mid then, and he's just been able to, look, he's up there again. He just shouldn't be able to stay alive for that long up there, so, you know, Demons really need to do something to try and get him off that power position, because he's just running amok right now. 18 kills, 9 deaths, and on the flip side, you know, Square's probably having a bit of a rough run at it here, and sometimes when you are, you know, not having that Barcode, he gone for the triple and picks it up with the camo again, which needs to be said. Go for the overkill. He doesn't want to
challenge Plasma.
I don't mind it because, you know, he's just trying to put that, make sure he can get that flag in instead. You know, they've got a clear run, Madsy, they're bringing that flag in, but Barcode really team orientated. He turns around and just makes sure that he's absolutely clear to get that in, there to provide assist if needed, but it's not, and Barcode still has not died. I think he's got to be close to a running riot soon, I think.
Yeah, 22 kills. He's got to be getting up there. Only one more flag on the board. He's probably like, boys, I only need 2 more kills and I get my running riot. Just don't win just yet. And here he goes. He gets shot a little bit and instantly turns around for the challenge. Swayz helping him out there with the assist shooting coming in. Square still struggling a little bit, but the other boys on Demons keeping things competitive in the kills department. And there we go. Barcode finally fallen. And he can have a little bit of a rest in the respawn screen. And Madsy just kind of just sitting there chilling out. I'm not sure what he was doing. Yeah,
he should go on a double respawn for that. We do see the Chiefs moving in now to the base here of the Demons, looking to start to get a flag pull. But, you know, Plasma's just trying to play a bit of defense, it looks like. And unfortunately, the flag pull's not probably going to be in a position here, but the back smack. Oh, sorry, they were in their own base, actually. My apologies. But we are on board with Square. He's picked up 3 kills now, Justin, so he's starting to get a bit of a move on. But, you know, when you've got Barcode here, 24 kills, 7 assists, 10 deaths, it's just something that's really hard to counter. He's clearly just running amok.
Yeah, he's just doing as he pleases. And listen, talking a lot about smack about Square, but look at that, 11 assists.
Yeah, exactly.
He's top of the board, so he, you know, he's doing the dirty work for his team, trying to get things done, and you know he's jumping on the grenades like he's Captain America to protect the rest of his squad. So shout out to him. Now Swayz looking at Lolleey here, trying to stop that run. Ran out of ammo though, and that flag's just sitting there. Double kill if he wants it. Easy double for Swayz, and he's got a little bit of shields left, looking to get that flag returned. Barcode jumping on that and getting it out, and does look like Swayz using that little thrust slide boost. We're talking about the micro of the games and those different movements and things that are panning out as the game matures. And Swayz, he just launched himself across the map, textbook.
Yeah, absolutely, and we are seeing Chiefs slaying out really well here on Demons, 3 dead, and I think they're going to be in a position to put this one in. Lolleey's the last guy alive. No one else is going to be in a position to stop this, and Madsy's just doing 360s and melees and popping that in finally. I think he got a bit tripping over his feet a bit there, but managed to put that in, and Justin, that was a pretty big domination there as Chiefs take the winners finals 3-0, sending Demons down to the elimination bracket where they'll have to fight their way to try and get back up to face them again in the grand final.
Yeah, it's going to be a long road now for the Demons to try and get there, but I think the fact that we should talk about this first map a little bit, boys. Obviously, you know, it was a 3-0 coming out for the Chiefs, but that's such a heartbreaker. Absolute heartbreaker that we've had here on HCS, Justin, and like the fact that it was 248 to 250 just goes to show that these guys were here to party, and I think maybe that might have crushed them a little bit going into the rest of the series. The fact that the last 2 maps didn't really feel all too competitive, but